After exploring the job market, collecting information from people and researching their answers, we can show you our project. It's about nanoengineering. What is it? Non-engineers figure out how things work and find practical uses for scientific discoveries. Modern engineers not only build large structures such as the International Space Station, but also they are building maps to the human genome. And non-engineers' work can be highly varied, but typically revolves around the development of nanomaterials. One of the important factors is salary. We compared salary in the USA and Russia. USA. Student scholarship is up to $2,000 per month. A graduate who gets a job at the university gets up to $18,000 a year. The salary of a professor at a prestigious university can exceed $200,000 a year. Russia. The average salary of an engineer is 15,000 rubles. Non-engineer with 2 years of experience, 30,000 rubles. The minimum profit in the first year is 28,000 rubles. The average salary of young professionals is 45 rubles and the maximum is 80,000. What is your dream job? What do young people think about this profession? Is it popular? There is a statistic which tells us about it. As you can see, the majority of respondents dream about engineering. A high percentage said about creative professions such as photography or artist. 12% want to connect their life with IT. A relatively small proportion of total number said about businessman, scientist, lawyer, and astronaut. 12% dream about such interesting profession as a driver, coach, teacher, and others. And my favorite, relax. 6% want to relax and get salary.
Job market is large, however, don't think all professions are contained therein. About 90% of young people don't worry about their future, and it is a big number. It means we have to deliver relevant information to young brains. Also, young people will upgrade their soft skills like teamwork or speaking skills. Unfortunately, the minority of survived people pay attention to flexibility, thought it is a vital point in our constantly changing world. One of the main points is experience. Often, if you don't have experience, you cannot get job. Therefore, you have to try to receive job experience as soon as possible. Even if it is not your specialty, you have to obtain the first small experience.
As we can see, the main subjects for non-engineers are mathematics, physics, nanomaterials, and nanotechnology. Majority voted for them. It is not surprising, since with the basic science, what every engineer should know. The next ranking subjects are chemistry, English, electronics, IT. Chemistry is very important for us, because we are based on nanotechnologies and chemical processes. IT is the science of our age, so you should know it. English is also important for a young scientist, because there are a lot of international conferences on these technologies, and every engineer should be aware of the latest events. Our survey ends with subjects such as engineer graphics, economics, and other.
Happy to report you 92% of surveyed people think that knowledge of English is necessary for nano-engineer. However, 8% casually hope to escape using English in their future job. Now, it is useless to ignore that knowledge of English is a new factor without what you won't have worthy job. It is needed for experience exchange with foreign colleges, for improving your skills, thanks for abroad professional development courses, for beneficial making conversation.
We consider the qualities of an employee in a profession and not just a person. We can look at the diagram and see top 3 qualities. They are creativity, abstract thinking, and attentiveness. And that attentiveness is a profession is important. Non-engineer is responsible for the success of the process. Next, here are 3 qualities which are almost on the same level. There are activity, soft skills, and accurate. There were fewer voters for such as quality as sociability.
What is professional will always be important for society, due to the quick development of high technologies. A few people vote for the fact what is now in demand but will lose its value in the future. Also, now as professional is only gaining momentum, and I hope what will continue in the future. In developed countries, where our university arrange internships for practice skills, it's very relevant. As a result, we can see what people believe what is professional is important.
68% voted for non-engineering. This is the leader in our statistics. In second place is bioengineering. This is a necessary industry in our time. Everyone knows that they are inventing materials that can replace human tissues. In third place is IT. Robot engineering was in fourth place and the percentages of voted was 24. The following positions are located in usual industries. 11% of respondents voted for them. In the last place is metallurgy.
Most people believe what if you are a specialist looking for a job, you will always find it, because society needs such people, we will always be in demand. Moreover, such specialists find their jobs and get certain connection during training. 20% said what's easy to find, which shows what they think what this array is developing strongly and quickly, so it won't be difficult for specialists to find a job. 14% says it's hard to find a job. I think people voted that way because it's hard to find a good employer and the good conditions.
58% of respondents believe that they are suitable for a salary, which is made up of the fact they are simply arranged for work and their activities, skills, qualifications, and achievements in this area. 20% believe that their salary should be fixed and not depend on other components. 20% believe that their salary should depend on their classification, education, activity, skills, and achievements. If you have a piecework salary, you are confident in the stability of your condition.
We interviewed 15 interesting people with their own opinions and explored a lot of sites with information about nanoengineering. Now we know a little more about our future profession. Thank you for your attention.